the compositions from both teams, and who do you think can take this second game, Miracle?
I like Evos Legends' composition. I really like what they're doing. I like what their composition is centered around. They want to play for this early game dominance and they want to snowball off of that. So I will have to say Evos Legends. But for you, Rashi, tell me what's up.
I think the composition from Evos Legends is a lot more balanced, but on the other hand, the composition from Geek Fam has a lot more potential in the early game. I think overall I prefer Evos, but Geek Fam has huge potential here, I think.
Okay, but let's get straight into the second game of the second match here in MPL Season 8, Week 2, Day number 2. Evos Legends takes on Geek Fam. Will Evos Legends be able to get a clean sweep, or will Geek Fam force a third game in the Series 1 here, going against Frieza in the lane? Renvi already trying to deal some amount of pressure here, trying to do some pressure onto the jungle, going in with the ejector, but unfortunately not able to do anything. Almost actually so close to stealing that purple buff, but he will be chunked and he will be forced to recall in the first minute of the game here, Eterna.
Yes, Evos Legends is showing a lot of dominance here, especially against Geek. But here, we have Anti-Mage caught in a really bad situation here, 4v1, but will he be able to escape at this stage? So much pressure going on to Anti-Mage. And the ejector just doesn't connect, but it still will be first blood onto Anti-Mage. But this is something that we've seen a lot from Anti-Mage. He does get a lot of aggression, which was something that he did in the first game as well. But so far, guys, how do you think this is going, Mirko?
It's going really good right now for the side of Geek Fam. Getting that kill onto Thamus will add on a little bit of pressure now. Ejector comes in and Frieza. Wow, that damage from Eudora once again. But Fairsick looking to go for a trade. Using a puncture and the Phantom Execution is still available for him. But he decides to move backwards. Doesn't want to overcommit onto this kill. And he will just get the pressure in the mid lane with the help of Juan. Rotating towards the top side to get his orange buff right now. Arashi, tell me what's going on in the game.
I think they spend a lot of time, and it's harder for Anti-Mage to do what he does earlier because Thamus isn't... he doesn't regen as much as say Uranus, so he doesn't cut in a sense well, but at the same time he's pulling a lot of aggression coming in from Geek Fam, which it's supposed to go to other members of his team. So in a way that's good. And here, due to the play coming in from Geek Fam, they're gonna go for the turtle here from the side of Evos.
Yeah, absolutely. But now look at this. Evos looking for a comeback, looking for a turnaround fight right here. Juan almost gets a yin overturn. Hans will be able to do some damage onto Clover as Rek joins in the team fight. Geek Fam will be forced to move backwards. It will be the turtle taken away right here from the side of Evos Legends. Again, very, very good positioning from the side of Evos. Playing this very, very slowly. Doesn't want to commit over too much and doesn't want to move around the map too much, you know? All they need to do is play it in the lanes. They do not want to get this Eudora outside, because if they do, it will be very, very bad for them. Again, it will limit a lot of this pressure coming in. But Dylan now looking for a pick right now, going for the Jeet Kune Do onto the backside. It will only land onto Rek. First it goes to the backside, you define execution, a lot of damage comes in, and he's gonna get the damage, and he's gonna get the kill. It will be Hans taken down with the Thorn Rose right there. 1 for 1. There's no trade in for the side of Geek Fam right here, Eterna.
Yes, I mean, at the moment, Geek Fam isn't looking too great. I guess they understood that in the previous situation where they decided to not contest that turtle, and I guess I understood how they're kind of lacking in early damage against Evos Legends, especially the Eudora wasn't level 4 yet. But here we see Ejector going towards Rekt, and Rekt getting super low. There is backup coming from Dylan, and that Way of Dragon connects, and he will go down first. But as I was saying earlier, it wasn't a favorable trade in the hands of Geek Fam because they tried to take down that gold shield at the bottom lane, which could have been an equal trade, but the backup coming from Evos Legends and the communication coming from Evos Legends was just too much for Geek Fam, and they couldn't secure any objectives at that stage, Mirko.
Absolutely. Evos Legends with the early game composition here. Dylan though getting a really good pick, and Anti-Mage once again, even though he got picked off in the early stages of the game, he is just not able to do anything. Now Dylan goes in for the Way the Dragon. Clover is going to get picked off very, very low right there as he uses the Around the World. Not going to be able to get that kill, but a lot of turret gold has been secured by the side of Geek Fam. Rek goes in for the Bottom Koopa onto Renvi. Just getting a little bit of space here for Clover to farm in this 4th minute, but Thamus has rotated to this bottom side. The orange buff will be the target right now, and they're going to go in. Han's going to be the target. Thor Rose comes in, and that's going to be a kill picked up for Fairsick. Looking for more on the way onto Renbi. The ejector comes in, but Fairsick will be able to run away with the help of the puncture right there, Eterna.
Yes, Versick just really knows when to go in and when to go out. This was something that we were discussing earlier. I mean, Versick with his assassins, his micro plays are just something that Geek Fam really needs to take note, especially going into the draft phase. But here we see the items are up. Arashi.
Yep. War Axe for both Versick and Anti-Mage, making sure they do have that presence in the early game. I think Injector was cancelled there, but Wave the Dragon's being used here, and there's gonna be a big combo, and Versick gets taken down, unfortunately, for the side of Evos. And here, Anti-Mage is pressuring, but members of Geek Fam are already on the way to his side, Mirko.
Absolutely, but Evos Legends already playing the cross map very, very well here at Arashi and also Eternal, but they're gonna look for kill on to here. One goes in with a yin yang overturn, able to get one kill as Anti-Mage. Again, is just unkillable, doing everything for his team in a 1v2 situation. Might look for an outplay, but Hans will be able to pick up a kill, but it is the tier 2 turret traded back onto that one. Dodges away from the ejector at the right timing right there, and the turret will be pushed on the bottom side. And what? One goes in for more. That is just not something you want to see from the side of Geek Fam. Evos Legends is absolutely dominating. Now goes in for the way the dragon, but the instant purify from Rek. Did you see that? That was instant purify. You didn't even see the way the dragon pop, and he didn't even get kicked. He didn't even get knocked back. That was so well timed from Rek to be able to get out of that way dragon without anything popping right there, Rashi.
Yep. And the way things are, Evos, again, with the heavy emphasis on getting objectives and map control. And here Geek struggles because they have better picks, but whenever they use more than one person to find a pick on one of the members of Evos, Evos just retaliates by taking a tower. So overall, they're starting to lose the pressure on the map due to the objective focus that Evos is taking to them, Athena.
Yes, you're completely right here. I mean, 7 minutes in and already look at that gold gap, almost 4K in difference. And it's just showing that Evos Legends, like game number 1, is just so disciplined in the terms of objectives. And oh, look, Anti-Mage in a tight spot there is back up here from Clover and 1. And Anti-Mage still manages to get away, but Dylan, being the frontliner, will go down first as Hans gets super low, and I guess but she still escapes with her life. Miracle.
Oh no, one goes too aggressive and he's gonna get killed just like that. A double kill picked up for Hans, but Versick trades it again for an objective in the top side. Even though they're equal in kills, it is still a 2,000 gold lead for the side of Evos Legends. Thamus, Anti-Mage bought a lot of time in the end, but again, Clover and 1, maybe a little bit of overcommitment right there, as they were not able to calculate the amount of damage Hans will do, and Hans getting away with two kills right there, and even a shutdown for 1. A lot of gold has been put into the pockets of 1 right there, Eternal.
Yes, that was crazy stuff coming from both teams actually. But look at the jukes coming in from Versick as Yin Yang Overturn connects, and so much damage, so much burst coming from 1 as Dylan, as the frontliner, must retreat at this stage. So this is something that we also really need to take into consideration. I mean, the burst damage coming from 1 won't make it really easy for Geek Fam to try to pick her off, especially there's backup coming from Versick and the other members. And looking at the item builds, Arashi.
Right, 1 with the Clock of Destiny, Lightning Transient combo, extra mana, extra burst, more threat for the side of Geek Fam to deal with. Anti-Mage with the Bloodlust Axe is gonna be even more tanky, and as is, it's really hard to kill him. It's gonna be even harder with this Bloodlust Axe completed for him in the situation, Mirko.
Oh my god, Versick.
Oh, yeah, okay. The turret just gets taken down right there as X-Borg Adam is still able to run away, but now Renvi's gonna be the target. Yang Overturn will be popped right there in the Phantom Execution to finish him off, and my goodness, the amount of damage. They are able to one-shot a tank with no hesitation, and that was just beautiful played. That was beautifully played by 1, getting that vision onto Jawhead, and instantly the follow from Versick as well. Very well calculated and very good communication from Evos Legends. Now sitting at a 3,000 gold lead, a very comfortable lead. So all they need to do again is just play disciplinedly and wait for this Lord to come up before they can look for a siege right here, a turn.
Yes, it seems like Lord will spawn in under 5 seconds, and it seems like Evos Legends are already rotating and sitting comfortably in that area to open vision for his teammates. But Geek Adam here is kind of in a tough spot, being really pressured by, oh my god, that combo coming in from Frizz takes 1 so early, Miracle.
Yeah, I mean, Clover will be the target right now. Adam trying to burn him away, but Clover will be able to get away, and the Lord will be the target for Evos Legends, although they've been doing all that and getting one. The main objective, again, every time you trade something, every time you get a kill, Evos Legends will just trade it back. Now Thanos goes in the middle, so in the middle of everything, but using the Vengeance to get out of that sticky situation. Dion trying to chase away. Clover using the Falling Star, we're not going to be able to connect as Renvi looking for the ejector. Phantom Execution comes in, and the Thorn Rose to finish him off. It will be Fersic picking up a kill right there, right now. 1-for-1, and Evos gets the Lord. So again, it is just a clean game for Evos Legends, trading kills for objectives and securing a 5,000 gold lead in the 10th minute right here, Arashi.
Right, and Clover immediately goes towards the bot lane, knowing that it's not pushed out yet, making sure that all lanes crash together at the same time, making sure that Geek Fam can't stick together and can't get that combo burst potential, Miracle.
Oh my god.
The Lord is marching down Arashi right here into the base. Last Insanity has been popped to the backside, but it will not connect to anyone except for the Lord. It will deal a lot of damage, but Adam gets chunked very low. He's going to get taken very, very low as Clover will be taken down as well. A 1-for-1, an amazing ejector. To find that ejector in the midst of everything was very, very impressive. Renvi with the amazing target selection right here in the 10th minute. Evos Legends were not able to get a single turret in that siege, Eterna.
Yes, and definitely the damage output and burst coming from Freeze is also very impactful in that previous game. Because, like I said, although her range is crazy short, but with the help and the backup coming from Renvi, it eases her ability to create damage output and magic damage onto Evos Legends. But here we see the damage dealt coming from Juan is the top on the board. And we've seen it over and over so many times that this Kagura can output so much magic damage. Kind of real close here coming from Freeze as well. And this is something that I think both teams need to take into consideration, especially going into the items, Mirko.
Absolutely. Now we take a look at the damage taken charged right there, presented to you by, actually, wait a minute, Evos Legends looking for a pick off onto Adam, but maybe it's the wrong target right there, as he is very, very tanky. Evos will be able to get that purple buff, and they're just caging their enemies in right here. With the 5,000 gold lead, they're not trying to push anymore. They're just going to freeze the waves and wait for the objectives to come to them right here, Eternal.
Yes, you're completely right. It seems like all of them are trying to freeze the lanes, trying to lure Geek Fam out because they know that if they do take the risk of going out, they might be picked off. But Hans was able to clear that wave untouched here, Mirko.
Absolutely. And now it will be Geek Fam as well. Just they're playing fully defensively. They're just turtling in their base because again, there's nothing they can do at this point to come back except for wait for an opportunity in a team fight, right? Because their composition is so heavily favored for a team fight. They need to go for these picks and the team fights because if not, I think Evos Legends will be able to 100% freeze the waves just like this. Look at that. Not getting any gold whatsoever or XP. Everyone with a level lead and also a gold lead. It's just horrible right now as we take a look at the items, Rashi.
The Clover already building up the Calamity Reaver and a Brute Force Breastplate, itemizing against the multitude of ability the physical damage coming in from the side of Geek Fam. Here we see that Hans actually has quite the decent few items, but he is forced to build the Wind of Nature just because of the burst potential coming in from Fersic. Clearly something to respect from that situation, but here Evos seems to be going for a play miracle.
Absolutely, Evos Legends in the midst of everything. Anti-Mage going in. A lot of damage has been put onto Renvi. Now Phantom Execution oh my god! It gets onto 3 members, and that's gonna be Anti-Mage going to the backside, dealing a lot of damage. Use the Vengeance to get all the damage in the world. Double kill picked up for Anti-Mage, and he lives, but not for long. Last Insanity comes in, and he will still be able to get out of that one. Phantom Execution to the front side. Thorn Rose being used. The kill streak picked up. Looking for more, and that is just a 4-for-0 trade for the side of Evos Legends. Absolutely destroying Geek Fam in the second game. 8,000 gold lead and 3 waves to play. They're looking for the end. They don't even care about the Lord right here, Eterna.
Yeah, I was just about to say maybe with the space they will rotate towards that Lord just for extra safety, but Last Insanity will be popped here in the front line of Evos Legends, but no damage has been taken by the side of Evos Legends, and it seems like knowing that there will be some difficulty, especially Hans is already up and has already spawned, they are rotating towards that Lord area. Then this might be an uncontested Lord here, which will be an enhanced Lord. So this might be the final push for Evos Legends, and Geek Fam really needs to, I don't know, what should they do, Arashi?
Well, Geek Fam needs to make sure they kind of get the priority targets on the side of Evos Legends and maybe save the ejector or the unstoppable force to try and deal with Fersic, because earlier a lot of the stuff actually landed on Anti-Mage and he pops at Vengeance and ends up doing quite a fair bit of damage. So that was huge for him in that fight. So if they maybe avoid pouring on all their skills into the tank, which is Anti-Mage, they might actually get more success. But the issue is Evos doesn't want to let them do that. They always position themselves perfectly behind Anti-Mage, and then once they see a situation where they know they can get this fight, they know they can get the advantage, that's where they pull the trigger, and Fersic and Juan just go ham, diving into the members of Geek Fam, especially knowing that Hans is a marksman. He really doesn't last that long, and even though he has the Wind of Nature now, Juan is still able to one-shot him, and that's because that is an animation towards the physical damage.
Absolutely. This is going to be the Enhanced Lord charging down. Inhibitor turret number 1 will fall down as they're going to push into the mid inhibitor as well. It will be Juan trying to siege the turret, and that is going to be the bottom side as well. Pressured. Geek Fam are caged in, and there's nothing they can do. Fersic trying to deal some damage, poke them around, but it will be the second inhibitor turret falling down in the mid lane. Clover with the last wave in the bottom lane will be able to secure that third and final inhibitor turret, as now Geek Fam are on full defense mode, going in with the last Insanity, trying to deal damage as Fersic goes in as well, trying to go and poke Frieza down. Anti-Mage, look at the way the Dragon onto Anti-Mage, with Vengeance still able to live again and again. Anti-Mage is just insane. Fersic's immortality has been popped, but the stun does not quite connect. He's gonna get shut down, but look at the damage. Rekt is focusing the base right now. The Popol and Koopa will finally fall, and Anti-Mage still able to dodge away from the last Insanity. Rekt will not be able to. He'll be taken down, and in the end, Evos Legends, Geek Fam, managed to survive another day here, Eterna.
Yes, managed to survive another day, and with a favorable trade here, Mirko, as only one person was caught out in that disadvantage. Oh, but here Ejector comes onto Anti-Mage as Anti-Mage is struggling to escape. Oh, another Ejector that connects, and there is some backup here coming from Frizz, and I think that will be the end of Anti-Mage really, really early on, and this isn't looking quite good because Geek Fam might be able to use this opportunity to turn back the tables as Ejector connects yet again onto Juan, and another member from Evos Legends will have to get picked off, Mirko.
Yes, has to get picked off, and Geek Fam might look for the turnaround right here, as that is going to be a lot of damage put into it. Even 5,000 gold lead. Again, when we get into the late game, 5,000 gold lead will not matter because everyone will have full items by the time last Insanity zone everyone away from the turrets. The inhibitor turret will shortly fall. Rekt trying to do some damage, trying to use the Bite Koopa to get some damage in, and Clover has the Falling Star Moon. Will he choose to go in? Renvi goes in with a ejector, but Fersic! What was that? He goes in and goes out, buys a lot of time for his team, and these are the times where Clover can go in. This is the time where he can go for a flank maneuver right here onto Renvi, dealing the damage. Immortal has been popped, and Fersic will be able to secure this kill for himself. No, Clover gets it in the end, but Evos Legends defend and now are turning the tables around, Eterna.
Yes, this seemed like, oh my god, that play from Fersic got so much time and wasted so many resources on the side of Geek Fam that they were able to gain the space that they needed back again, even though they did have quite a difficulty in the previous team fight. And Evos Legends, look at this pressure that they're dealing on towards Geek Fam, and yet again, they are caging Geek Fam into the base, Mirko.
Yeah, once again, this is going to be very, very hard for Evos Legends because they don't have a lot of wave clear compared. They both have equal amounts of wave clear. That's what I want to say, because Xborg is so good at clearing waves with his AoE damage. So is Dylan with the show. But Evos Legends, if they just keep on doing this, sooner or later the base will fall. This is the third Enhanced Lord for the side of Evos Legends, Eterna.
Yes, and I'm quite worried with Hans being the jungler here on the side of Geek Fam because, but here we see so much pressure on towards Rekt. Rekt trying to build pressure, trying to make sure that Geek Fam will not take this turtle, but I think they might change their attentions elsewhere, Mirko.
Too much sustain for Evos Legends. Look at Frieza! He's just gonna get obliterated right there. Trying to run away with 1 HP. Anti-Mage on the chase right now. It will be Fersic picking up the kill with the Bloody Retribution. With the Flame Retribution, my bad. As Clover goes in with the Falling Star Moon all the way to the backside. Gonna be able to do a lot of damage. And the Final Execution comes in as well. It is a Thorn Rose to finally finish off the kill. It is 2 for 0. The Lord doesn't matter. Dylan's next. He'll be taken down. And the base will fall 2-0 to Evos Legends in the second game. A clean sweep for the Blue Tigers here, Arashi.
That was a great play towards the end because there was almost like a rally, like a back and